because I like rambling videos in general, and I watch series pretty often. So I thought this is perfect combination for a new ASMR video. I have made some notes here because I watch pretty many series and I could not remember them all myself. Just to say it in general, I am a really big crime fan. Crime, and also thriller. Just because, even if it's not the very best series, I can still be entertained with that murder case, and not to know who the murderer is. Where in other series the excitement is gone already for a while, and yeah, and I also like this typical character of the crime actors, or like the role they have to play, that they mostly have a destroyed private life, are alcoholics, and just in general have a lot of issues themselves. So I like this kind of thing. So yeah, I'm just gonna start. One series I have watched recently and where I really liked is Dogs of Berlin. It is a German series, and it's about the Turkish mafia, and there is a detective, or like two. One is Turkish, one is German, and the German one also has a dirty past because he was born into the Nazi scene, so he was a racist. And yeah, without telling too much, I just thought that really exciting, and I liked the story. It was 10 episodes, and there was kind of an open end, so I guess they didn't know yet if they would make a second season, so the case for the first one is closed, but they could also continue. And yeah, and how I said, also the actor, like the role he plays, he also has quite a few problems in his private life with his wife, and he cheats on her and stuff. Just yeah, I just really like this series. Yeah, one I also really liked and got soaked into is The Killing. It is originally from Denmark, I guess, but I have watched the American version, which is also on Netflix. I guess the Danish one is not, I'm not sure. And it's the first 2 seasons, it's all about one case, and I swear, I guess I watched the 2 seasons within 3 days. I was off at work, is changing again and again and again, and it was really so exciting. And they also had this really, really dark atmosphere with a lot of rain, always in the dark. And the American version, I guess, played in Seattle, and I guess Seattle is known to rain a lot. I'm not sure. They have also made a third and a fourth season, but it was not the same anymore. Still good, but yeah. But I also watched them. Then a British series is Happy Valley, which is also about a police officer, a woman. Don't ask me for the name, and she also has some kind of issues. And she has a sister living with her at home, which is an alcoholic or an ex-alcoholic, and yeah, she also just has a lot of fights in her life, and also something with her children and stuff. It was already a while ago. I have watched it, but I remember also that I did something about a kid who got kidnapped, and I just know I really liked it. And it was exciting. Another British one is Marcella, also about a woman, and she goes crazy pretty much because she starts to forget things and has this kind of blackouts, and she doesn't know anymore what she has done, if it was her fault or if it was not. There is out 2 seasons till now. I found the end of the 2nd season a bit too much, but I would still watch the 3rd season. Yeah, then another British one is Broadchurch, and there it is also a detective with a broken private life. He has a daughter, and then he moves to Broadchurch for this case, and works with another female detective. And he is really introverted and would not really speak about his private life. And there is also a murder of a kid, and there the end was pretty crazy because it would really not or I really did not expect the end. That was pretty hard. And yet I also have, I guess, 3 seasons, and I have read that they would stop right there. They would not make another one, which is pretty sad, I think, because it was a pretty good series. But yeah, this is what I have heard so far. Then The Fall is another, I guess this is British as well. I don't even know anymore how it starts, but there you know from the beginning, or pretty much from the beginning, who the murderer is, and it is the husband of a wife, and they have 2 children, and it seems like they have a pretty normal family life, and then it's not, because he's a pedophile and he has an affair with their babysitter as well, and just everything gets a little out of control and gets more and more and more. And the detective is Gillian Anderson, which is the actor from the X-Files, from the one who know her. Sometimes she annoyed me a bit though, because she was always serious, like serious, like no love at all or something. But it was also not the best series ever. Maybe also because I knew already in the beginning who committed the crime. But yeah, I still watched it. Then Bloodline. Bloodline is, I don't know how you want to call it, kind of a mix between family drama and crime. So there's a family which lives in Florida and has no, it's not a hotel. How do you call this? Like a holiday resort, which is pretty good. I mean, everything is pretty successful. And then, like, one of their sons is like the black sheep in the family, and then he comes home for, I don't know, a wedding or something, and then just also everything gets out of control. Like, it's one sister and 3 brothers, and one sister died already in the past when they were children, and this is also where all the drama kind of started. And then just everything gets more out of control, and in a way you feel sorry for them, and in another way you just want to push them in the face. But yeah, there are also really like this southern atmosphere. They had like, I like the camera, I like the lights, the colors. Yeah. And then a series where I also really just watched is Wanted. It's about 2 women who are waiting on a bus stop to go home, and then a car comes and another man or another car comes, and then one man shoots the other one, and then the 2 women are kidnapped. And this is just how the story starts. And then they're basically wanted for crimes they did not have committed, or like then they would commit a crime but only to defend themselves. And just, yeah, you know, the story goes on and on and on and on, and it's just also, it's a little drama, it's a little exciting, it's a little funny. It's Australian. Yeah, also not like my favorite series, but I liked it. What more? A series I also watched where I got pretty annoyed was You. It is only 1 season with, I don't know how many episodes, 8 or 10, and it's like a closed story, so it's not gonna continue. And it's about a guy which is obsessive about a girl, and he would always stalk her, and then they also get together, they become a couple, but he is like a psycho, and it's just blah. I don't know. I get really annoyed because the girl is basically stupid, but he is stupid as well. It's just, for me, it was a little too much Hollywood drama, and just really not being realistic, and I don't know, it's just, yeah. And I guess it plays in New York City, if I'm right. So I would not really recommend it. It's also kind of a teenage drama or something. Or I could imagine that a lot of teenagers like this series. I don't know. Oh yeah, one of also, which is really not about crime, is Vikings. The third season has just come out a few weeks ago, and I was also really excited because I could not wait for the story to continue. I was pretty sad that it was finished after a few episodes already. It plays in the Middle Age, and it's about Uhtred, which is an English guy but grew up with Vikings, and then he's always kind of in between this. I mean, in his heart he's a Viking, but in his veins there is still this English blood flowing. So yeah, it's also just a lot about fights and, you know, battles, and I just really, really love the Middle Age in general. I'm a big fan. I always feel fascinated about that age, and if I could, I would totally give it a go and go back in this time, even if I know that it was basically a really dark time and a lot of stuff was not nice, especially if you are not rich, and but still, I don't know, this all these stories, all this history, or if I still see a city in this Middle Age style, which could still survive till today. I just love it, and I can just really dream myself into this time. Yeah. So the Vikings, watch it. The Vikings. Okay, now I said a wrong name. It is not about the Viking. I have spoken. It is The Last Kingdom. The Last Kingdom is it was originally written in a book, but now they just made it in a series. The Vikings is another series which is also about Vikings and English people, but Vikings is about Ragnar, and the later seasons it's about his sons, and I have watched this series as well, and I also liked it, but the last 1 or 2 seasons were not so good anymore as at the beginning. I don't know, maybe they should also just find a stop. But there is at least 1 season still coming. I don't know about more because the series is pretty successful, so they would just make more. But yeah. But I must say I like The Lost Kingdom more. It is not as famous, not as popular, but I prefer it over The Vikings. But both series are good, you can watch them. I can recommend them. What more? Oh yeah, I've watched Bridge, which is Swedish, Danish series, because it plays, I mean, this bridge connects Denmark and Sweden, so they have a detective from Sweden and a detective from Denmark, and they have to do this case together, and it's one woman from Sweden, which is really kind of weird, and a guy, but I have no clue anymore what the story was about, but I know I liked it. Finnish series, if I'm right. There, I really love the trailer music. In the beginning, it is so sad, and I can really also get into this dark, sad mood. I, in general, prefer sad and dark series over. I mean, I don't know. I cannot watch, or like, let's say, I often would like to watch some funny stuff, but I just don't think it's funny. I don't like How I Met Your Mother, and I don't like The Big Bang Theory. I could really not get into this series. The only one I really like is Friends. This is also one of my just series I can re-watch and re-watch again and again and again and again and again. It never gets boring, and I just love every single episode of Friends, and I like them really all, and I just always, if I watch it, I wish I could be a part of it, of their friends group, sitting in Monica's apartment and basically doing nothing then talk. But it's just, I don't know, I grew up with it, and yeah, it's just, I really like it. What do I have here still? Oh yeah, I watched Save. Don't ask me what it was about anymore, but I know I liked it. Crime. Stuff like Stranger Things, which got really popular. I don't know, I could not really get into the story. I have watched maybe 3 episodes and then I stopped. It was okay. I did not like it. Didn't like it at all, but I don't know, maybe it's also because the main actors are kids, and I'm not really a big fan of kids acting. Just, yeah, I don't know. But I guess it is a good series for the one who like this kind of mystery stuff. I mean, I would watch almost everything, but with crimes, I can just be more, or I can just be satisfied with almost everything. Or no, that's also not true, but just with other stuff, I would be much more picky and maybe would only watch a few series. Also, American horror story. I know I watched the first 2 or 3 seasons, and I mean, in a way, it's okay because every season has another story. But I got still bored after a while, and I was just like, yeah, okay. I'm just never that entertained like I am with the crimes and thrillers. I don't know, it's just really my thing. Yeah. So I don't know, I mean, I have watched a lot more. What I also like to watch is true crime documentaries on YouTube. Like just randomly type. I really got obsessed with this serial killer documentaries a while ago, and then I just kind of watched everything, so there was nothing new, so I had to stop. Because yeah, I don't know, I guess this fact that this has really happened, and there is actually really this human maybe still living, is just, I don't know, I guess more interesting than just series where everything is made up, and I also already ask myself if I am still normal, but then, I mean, it has a lot of views, so I know I'm not alone. Yeah. Yeah, I guess that was it. So at the moment I don't really have a series I watch, so if you have a good